This is why you're not closing as many loans as you want to be right now, because you're still clicking on flashy BS like what you just clicked on. Because in the back of your mind, you're still thinking there might just be a shortcut or there might just be a hack. In mortgage, there is no shortcut. These gimmicky marketing programs you see on social media, the majority of them do not make you any money, and you know that. Now, I'm not a scammer. A virtual assistant is a part of my mortgage business for sure, but there's a lot more to it. You don't just hire a VA and automatically start closing loans and not have to work. Mortgage is a referral-based business. Our entire income is based upon getting people to like us and then getting those people that like us to refer us people that need to get mortgages. That's all it is. That marketing principle has stood true in mortgage for 50 years, and there is nothing that is going to change that anytime soon. Now, what has drastically changed in the past couple of years are the tactics we use to get people to actually refer us the loans. My headline is completely true. I've had a virtual assistant in my mortgage business for 4 years, and she is responsible for bringing in dozens of closed loans and giving me back hours a day of my life. But first, you have to have systems in place if you're going to delegate anything to a VA or delegate anything to anyone for that matter. I'm Steve, and in 2018, as a brand new LO, I moved across the country to a new market where I knew 0 people. And over the next 5 years, I managed to learn mortgage and close $100 million in loans. And I'm not trying to fool you into thinking I'm a $100 million a year producer. I'm not. But I close loans without working very much. I'm basically a part-time LO, yet I still manage to close quite a few loans because I have dialed systems in place that allow me to not work. If you follow me on social media, you know exactly what I'm talking about. I am usually doing anything other than working on loans. Dialed marketing and dialed operational systems allow me to bring in loans and close loans without staring at a computer or making dozens of outbound calls for hours a day. Now, there are a lot of people out there that will show you how to build a mortgage business. They'll show you how to build a mortgage business based on the exact tactics that they used to build their mortgage business 20 some years ago. Make a bunch of calls to realtors, talk about loan products, talk about closing on time. That stuff worked very well back then because the main problem that realtors had was they just needed someone knowledgeable to close their loans. There are hundreds of thousands of loan officers now. Finding a human that is able to close a mortgage on time, that is not a problem that realtors have anymore. Marketing yourself as a problem solver for problems that aren't actually problems anymore, that's not gonna work too well. There are 30 other loan officers in your market that can close on time, communicate, and offer pretty decent rates. Checking in with realtors on Mondays to see how their weekend went, sending canned emails about loan programs that you would probably unsubscribe from yourself. If you do that stuff, you are telling everyone in your market that you are just like every other average loan officer out there. And I'm not saying that stuff never worked. It did. Many successful loan officers built their mortgage business that way 20 some years ago. But how many loan officers built an impressive mortgage business in the last 5 years from 0 doing that stuff? That stuff used to work very well, and you could scale a mortgage business quickly because it was solving actual problems. But those problems have already been solved. That stuff is just outdated marketing systems. And to be clear, mortgage is nothing more than systems. Marketing systems to bring in loans, operational systems to close loans. Most loan officers are using marketing systems that are just outdated. Most loan officers are using operational systems that are actually bad. In mortgage, our database is our book of business. Our recurring revenue is 1, referrals from past clients, and 2, when rates drop, we refinance half our database and get paid a second time for doing very little work. Yet, most loan officers don't even have their database of clients saved anywhere. If your company shut off your logins right now, where is your database of loans and clients saved? It's probably saved in your company's system, not yours. If you don't have your database saved anywhere and someone else does, that ain't your database anymore. Having a sloppy database, that's losing money in the long run, which yes, that's very bad, but people don't really care about the long run of anything. Their health, their fitness, their savings. People are worried about the now money. And in mortgage, the now money are the leads you are getting in today, this week. And how many of those leads that you're getting in are you not closing just because you didn't send them a follow-up text message? In 2023, where every single loan mattered, how many did you not close just because you didn't call them back? 3, 8, 20 loans? How many loans closed with another lender that you could have absolutely closed, but they didn't immediately fill out a loan application and go into contract, so you never spoke with them again. You clicked on this video because you thought you might have needed a virtual assistant. You don't need a virtual assistant yet. What you need is to start running your mortgage business like an actual business. You need systems, and a virtual assistant is a system that comes later on down the road when your front-end systems are completely dialed in. Most loan officers are trying to fill up a bucket that has 30 gaping holes in it. There's no point in trying to fill up your funnel with more leads if the leads you have now are pouring out of holes in the funnel. If you don't have a well-oiled machine with automated texts, automated email follow-up, tasks, due dates, reminders, and a place to put detailed notes about every conversation that you ever have with a human that inquires about a mortgage ever, you're burning money. And yes, some of you use Excel and your Outlook calendar and a yellow notepad, but you know darn well you're not calling those people back like you should be. You need automation to do it right. I know it's not sexy, I know it's boring to a lot of loan officers, but if you're serious about rebuilding your mortgage business, you need to figure this out. Come out of this slow time with an actual system, an actual business asset that you can use for the rest of your career to close a higher percentage of the leads you do get. This is my full-time job. I love doing this stuff. I work on loans for maybe an hour or two a day. Loans are just not very exciting to me. Now, building systems that close loans for me, that's what excites me. If you're tired of losing deals that you could have easily closed, but you didn't, just because you have sloppy systems, click the button below and book a call with me. I've personally used just about every mortgage CRM available on the market. I know the great systems, I know the trash systems. At the very least, I'll point you in the right direction, but don't just go out and start buying random programs and random CRMs like I did. That's really time consuming and really expensive. And in the end, you usually end up firing them after a few months because there's no support and it doesn't do exactly what you need it to do. You have nothing to lose. Click below and book a call.